Hello students, welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. This is Dr. K. Bhavani Shankar, Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology, Nizam College. Today we will be discussing about Introduction to Concept of Social Development Perspective, Unit 7, which is part of BA Sociology, second year, third semester. Social development is defined as the total development of the society with regard to social, political, economical and cultural dimensions. Earlier, development was treated as economical aspect where planning was done and allocation of fund was done to that. But now, social development is an inclusive development which is going to include all the factors like social, political, economical and cultural dimensions. It has become a broader perspective which includes policies related to population, urbanization, industry, environment, pollution, regional development, income augmentation as well as distribution, land reforms, public policy, and we also include people's participation in the planning as well as administering the process. So, without people's participation, without involving the people and without involving their social political dimensions, we cannot treat it as a social development at all, my dear friends. So, let us discuss the concepts of this social development. Social development includes philosophical, biological, ecological, psychological, social, economical and political dimensions. We are going to include all these things so that it is going to be a complete one. Now, let us study about the perspectives of social development. Under that, first one is liberal perspective. Whenever we talk about liberalism, it is nothing but openness. This people must be open so that they can accept, adopt to any situation which comes on their way. Liberalism has been developed first in Europe during 17th and 18th century. It is a form of society which has been determined based on interactive process which is open to all its members of the society. For example, we have free market and we also have multi-party liberal democracy. Liberalism is nothing but openness to changes as well as development. That means anybody can involve in any of the changes. Most of the people think that we are going to give freedom, ultimate freedom for the people in terms of economical activities, in terms of all the activities. But my dear friends, without the intervention of the state, without the policies designed by the society, we cannot control the processes. So, we are going to have little bit liberalization of policies so that private partners or private people can take over the economical aspects where each and every individual has equal chances, equal opportunities to do trade and commerce, to do whatever they want. So, it believes in liberalization. The government of India in the year 1991, they have adopted liberalization of policies. Before that, there was restriction in terms of doing the business. Like if any person wants to come to India and start the business, it was like 49 is to 51% ratio. 49% of the business was in the hands of foreign people, whereas 51 in the hands of the public sector or nothing but the government of India or else the people of India. But with the liberalization policy, they have made it zero and they ask the private partners to come to India and have 100% stakehold, they can do the business, my dear friends. So, liberal perspective talks about liberalization of policies which allows free market, my dear friends. Then the next one is Marxist perspective. Karl Marx is a socialist thinker. He has developed this theory during the 19th and 20th century. He said that all the societies move from one stage to the other stage. Like we have primitive communism, followed by slavery system, then feudalism, capitalism and socialism. And if you see the first one, we do not have division of labor, whereas coming to the slavery, feudal and capitalism, we have division of society. People are classified based on haves and have-nots, who have the control on the tools of production and method of production, my dear friends. These are going to differentiate it. So, the haves are going to exploit the people by making them work for longer period and by paying them very, very less. So, we can see that there are changes and development in terms of material conditions. So this led to capitalism. Capitalism led to exploitation. So he said that whenever there is class consciousness, at the time there will be unity among the individuals. When there is unity among the individuals, at the time there are chances that they may revolt against the capitalist. So when the revolt is successful, or when the conflict is successful, at the time it leads to socialism, my dear friends. So here he has talked about modes of production, economical structure, and this economical structure is going to be the real foundation of the society, based on which the legal, the political structure is established, my dear friends. Now let us discuss about subaltern perspective. So if we want to understand this perspective, first we need to understand what is the meaning of subaltern. Poor people who are subordinate, who have subordinate position in the society, are called as subalterns. So these people have been deprived of basic services and security in the society. They do not have equal opportunities, maybe in terms of education, in terms of health facilities, in terms of utilizing the resources which are available in the society, maybe employment services, or so on, my dear friends. So these people are subordinate in the society, and these people are exploited, and these people are based on pollution, my dear friends. And these people have very few opportunities to overcome the problems of poverty, structural inequality, or ecological degradation, and so on. So this perspective says that there is a need for us to have pro-poor policies or development programs which are going to uplift the condition of the subaltern or the poor people, my dear friends. The main perspective of this the main objective of this perspective for social development is to have equitable rights for all the people and include them in terms of economical growth. So we have to enhance the skills of the people, we have to bring them into the mainstream so that they get equal rights in terms of economical growth. The second objective is to provide right to safe and green environment. We see that most of the people who come into the industrialized societies, they stay in the slum areas. So they do not have safe conditions, my dear friends. So it is the duty of the state or the policy to have safe and green environment. At the same time, we need to have corruption-free societies, and we also have to involve them, make them participate in decision making, because they know what are their problems, they know how to come out of this. The only thing is that they do not have the mechanism, they do not have the power, or they do not have the required resources to come out of this all the issues. So we have to involve them in decision making. At the same time, we also have require them to have human rights as well as environment conservatism. Now let us discuss about feminist perspective. This perspective tries to understand the nature of inequality which is there in the society, which is based on gender. It tries to examine social roles which are assigned or attached to both the gender in the society. What are the roles attached to women and what are the roles attached to the men in the society. We also try to study about their experiences and interests which are in that particular society. Feminism describes patriarchy as a power system that organizes the society into a set of complex interrelationships which is based on the assertion of male supremacy. Feminist theories and thinkers revolve around the role of women in development and betterment of women's status as well as empowerment, my dear friends. Till now we have discussed the perspectives of social development.